There we go. All
There we
right,
go.
everybody. Welcome to In the Beer Cave. Rob is still on location in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and joining us via Zoom. Give us about a 2 count. Make sure you're registered on the podcast side.
I am here.
There you go.
Had to get rid of that little window that said "got it."
All right. Oh, yeah. That way, everybody, when Zoom records, everybody gets notified that you're being recorded.
It's illegal.
Yeah, well, we have a ham club meeting on Fridays, and sometimes the guy will record it because there's a program he wants to broadcast it out. There's one guy that goes click, turns his camera off. He's still there, but he goes, no, don't want my pictures.
Well, there are legal things about recording.
Oh, I know.
That's what I ruined radio to me, at least morning radio, when of course, a lot of times we didn't follow the law to the letter, but we were supposed to, anybody that called in, we were supposed to tell them that they were being recorded.
Well, so they call it radio station. Don't they understand that they are being recorded?
Well, but there were times we would do prank calls.
Oh.
We'd do like a birthday call, somebody call and say, hey, could you call so-and-so? It's their birthday. Can you prank them? So we'd do that and we'd record it. But then after the recording, we'd have to say, we couldn't do it live, but we'd record it. So we'd have to say, hey, can we use this on the radio? Can we use this on the air? And if they said no, then we couldn't. Once in a while, we'd go ahead and go live just because, but when you're pranking somebody and they don't know that they're being pranked, then you take that big risk of no cussing, please.
Manager somewhere is probably cringing right now. All righty. Well, let's go ahead and we got everything going here. Everything looks good over there, here, there. All right. Nobody's checked in yet, but welcome to the live feed. Podcast platform is going, and here we go. Beach Bums Media is proud to present In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. He is just plain Rob in Fort Wayne, Indiana, from the Start Naked Truth, and I'm just Ashley.
In the Beer Cave.
Right here in not so warm Florida.
yeah. I checked the weather down there. It is kind of cool today.
You can follow us on Twitter at Bums Media, Instagram at Beach Bums Media, or you can just search In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley on Facebook. Most major podcast platforms such as Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, and just recently added Amazon Music and Audible. Man, I couldn't get that out of my mouth.
You couldn't get that Audible, could you?
Wow. Or here you go. Give us a Google. In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley, and I'm sure you'll find us.
Make sure you put in Rob and Ashley. You will get some nefarious things if you don't.
Rob's email is robspcbums with a Z at gmail.com. And you can email me here at beachbumsmedia at gmail.com. Our studio line is 850-588-9275. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for comments or stories you would like to share. However, today it is not operational, but still accepting your voicemail.
Right.
Don't forget to leave your name and number so we can call you back. And our bumper music is also provided by bensound.com. Now, we decided to do it after, right? Okay.
Yes.
We're going to go into the first segment, which is going to be we'll do that in a minute. All right. We got 2 things coming up.
I'm just here for the ride, Ashley.
My freaking program notes are everywhere. All right. Here's your national days of the week. Today, December 23rd, which is Thursday, it's National Regifting Day, which is kind of unusual, I would think. But anyway, it's National Regifting Day. There's a lot of issues and a lot of comments about regifting. I mean, do you just regift and don't tell anybody you're regifting? Or do you receive a gift and you go, well, it's the thought. Don't get me wrong. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
But maybe you think of somebody that you know that may appreciate it more than what you would, or it's something that they would wear, or have or whatever. So, it's a bubble.
Well, here's a little safety tip for you. If you do decide to regift something you got last year, make sure you put the name of the person who gave it to you, tape it on there,
Okay.
because you don't want to give it back to that person
Hey,
that
good
gave
point.
it to you.
Good point.
Yeah, just a little safety tip. So
Tomorrow, Friday, December 24th, is Christmas Eve. And Rob, here's your day. National Eggnog Day.
got my eggnog. Like I said, Dad and I, we've gone through probably at this point about 4 gallons of eggnog in the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
You're gonna have to go on a diet.
Oh, believe me. I've eaten more pasta in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 4 years. It seems like that my brothers and my dad, that's about all they eat is pasta. Of course, with my my brother has 3 boys. One of them is married. He lives, obviously not with them, but the other 2 younger boys are there, and most of their friends are there all the time. So they're always feeding a whole bunch of people. So quick and easy, make a lot of it. Spaghetti,
there you
pasta. We're having chicken Alfredo tonight.
Tomorrow, Saturday, Christmas Day, is also Alphabet Day, or better known as Noel Day. No letter L Day.
Alphabet. Okay.
Day.
Alphabet
Get
Day.
it?
Okay.
Day apostrophe PHABET.
Sound like something
Get
you'd
it?
hear.
Noel. Get it?
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
it in there.
Sounds like something you'd hear in the inner city, though. Your alphabet.
Let me ask you a question. Sunday, December 26th, is National Candy Cane Day. Don't forget the thank you note day. And in Canada, it's Boxing
Day. I always wondered what Boxing Day was. I always thought it was where you box things up that you needed to return and you return them. Actually, Boxing Day started in England, and it was the day that the Lord of the Manor would give all the servants their boxes of gifts. And it usually was some, extra food and ribbons, fruits, little
the
trinkets.
day after sales.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, that's when Santa Claus comes to our house. He doesn't come the day of Christmas. He comes the day after Christmas when all the stuff is like 50% off.
Yeah.
Because the dogs are just going to chew them up.
I think regifting day kind of came out of Boxing Day.
On Monday, the 27th, is National Fruit Cake Day, in case anybody's interested in that.
I've actually had decent fruit cake. I've actually had some good fruit cake. Most of it I have not. Yeah, most of it I don't like, but I've actually had a pretty decent fruit cake here and there.
Well, there's your regifting idea.
Yeah. or throw it through somebody's window that you don't like.
Yeah. Take out a mailbox.
It's like a brick.
Yep. On Tuesday, the 28th, is Pledge of Allegiance Day. And then winding it out on Wednesday is National Pepper Pot Day and TikTok Day. Not to be confused with that stupid app thing.
Yeah.
But I guess a clock would be TikTok.
I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, those are your national days that are coming up this week.
I'm sorry. I sneezed before I got on the air. My nose still itches. I apologize.
Well, all righty. We have a new segment that Rob is going to present to the show. I have no idea what he's fixing to do, but take it away, Rob.
We're going to get some theme music for it.
Some banjo music.
Yeah, dueling banjos. I call it There's Rednecks Everywhere.
Woohoo! Hold my beer and watch this.
And I know this because I grew up in rural Illinois, small town, and now I'm back in Indiana and northern Indiana. And trust me, there are rednecks everywhere. Doesn't matter about their accent. There are rednecks everywhere. This week, I went to the Amazon Fulfillment Center here in Fort Wayne, and actually we'll be beginning a job up here. at the fulfillment center soon. But the guy I was talking to, nice young guy, probably mid-20s, and we were talking. He's from a small town in Michigan, moved down to Fort Wayne, and so we were talking about getting some boots because you have to have composite-toed boots,
Right. Safety shoes.
And so I just made a joke about, do they have composite-toed golf shoes or, tennis shoes and things like that? I was just kind of joking around. He goes, "Oh man, he says, it doesn't really matter." He said, "I've been wearing these boots, these cowboy boots, since I got them about 5 years ago." And he said, he said, I'm just from a small farming town in Michigan. I said, "Yeah, I'm from a small farming town in Illinois." I said, "That's the thing. I've learned from being in the South, as long as I have been. I moved to Birmingham in 1993. I've been pretty much in the Southeast since then." I said, "But I've learned that there are rednecks everywhere." And he said, "Well, let me tell you what." He said, "Usually," he had a Red Wings ball cap on. He goes, "Usually in the warehouse in the summertime, I've been known to wear these boots with shorts and my cowboy hat." I said, "See, there's rednecks everywhere." He goes, "Yep, and I'm proud of it." And he showed me his backpack. He was a collegiate cheerleader, which those guys are athletic guys.
They're athletic. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But he showed me his backpack, and it was embroidered cowboy with his college logo on it. He said, "Yep, that's my nickname is Cowboy." I went, "There are rednecks everywhere, man." I said, "You're going to be my first segment on the podcast." So I told him where to find the podcast. Hopefully he'll be watching.
Welcome to the mix, buddy.
Absolutely.
Or no, the fold. You're in. We've just sucked another one in.
So hopefully, and I'm sure, like I said, there's no shortage of there's rednecks everywhere. So we're going to start doing the segment. There's rednecks everywhere once a week, just to prove that we're not alone down in the South. We are not isolated.
Where everybody thinks that rednecks are, just a bunch of hillbilly hicks.
Yeah.
I read this a long time ago. Rednecks came from, it's a farming slang. Farmers come in, or the farmer tan, and the necks would be red.
Yeah, it'd be all red from sun
off, and their necks would get burnt.
Yep, exactly. My ex-father-in-law, Bill, he was a consummate redneck. He was a farmer, and man, he had that farmer's tan. He had that redneck.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the other segment, I want to remind everybody. Well, I don't have to remind everybody. We all know Christmas is coming, but don't forget that members of the 601st Air Operations Center, in coordination with NORAD, are in charge of tracking Santa every year for children to watch, and they're going to do it again this year.
Well, even big children like me and Ashley, we track Santa on the NORAD site every year. And all you got to do, if you can't find it, because a lot of times it's hard to pull it up, just if you don't know the URL address, just go to Google and type in
they have an
Santa
app.
tracker.
They got an app.
Oh, they have an app now.
Oh yeah. The people from NORAD are very good at mixing work and place, so their 24/7, 365-day mission continues. Then we fold Santa into that so we could multitask. The first procedure is they get a lot of sleep because it's going to be a long night. Santa's a busy dude.
Oh yeah.
Next, the officials check radar, satellites, and fighter jets. They said that's the most difficult part about tracking Santa. Don't want to get any traffic jams up in space or
gotta watch that air traffic.
Air traffic control. Santa's got months and months to do this. And they've never missed it. So to follow Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve, download the NORAD Tracks Santa app. That's NORAD Tracks Santa's app, or click here, but I'm reading this off the internet off my phone. You can also call their hotline for updates.
Oh, okay.
There's a 877 HINORAD 877 HI NORAD if you need to call to track or get the app on your phone and track Santa
I remember
Oh,
years ago. Now they've been doing this for years and years, but I remember years ago when I first started tracking Santa with my nieces. Um, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's computers were still pretty slow, and so and their graphics were not really their graphics and their cameras were not as high tech as they are now. So you'd see kind of these shadowy images of Santa and sometimes some computer generated animations of Santa. Nowadays, though, they are high tech.
It's high tech. Back
And
when I
I'll
was
tell you
growing
what,
up, you had to go
it's
outside and
amazing.
look up.
Yeah. They track them with a satellite now. They used to just
Yep.
kind of follow him.
It's some high tech stuff. And they got there's a lot of airspace that has to be cleared so Santa can get through. So
Yep.
it's a coordination. It's a coordination.
A lot of logistics going into it.
That's right. That's right. So there you have it. Got the phone number, and there's an app now you can put on your phone.
There you go.
Check it
And
out.
I'll be tracking Santa tomorrow night myself. So
There you go. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into our next segment. It's going to be some odd news of the week. And now, across the nation, from your state and possibly your city, or from right down your street. It's odd news of the week that you may have missed, and you might need to know about it.
maybe not care, but we're going to tell you anyway.
We're going to tell you anyway. Now, this is a follow-up story that we're going to start off with. Remember last week I told you about the bridge that got stolen?
Yes.
They found it.
Oh, did they?
For anyone wondering about the status of the Akron's missing bridge, you now can get over it.
See what they did there.
It turns out it was a bridge not too far, just one county away.
Oh.
Investigators discovered a missing 58-foot bridge partially disassembled on the property in Sharon Township in Medina County. Police have arrested a man and charged him with felony theft in the case, states Akron Police Department. The bridge taken down in 2003-2004 as part of a wetland restoration project had been stored on Middlebury Run Park off Stillburg Street, with plans for it to be reused for a battered woman's shelter project. But the city found on November 3rd, someone took the bridge deck boards and then came back on the 11th and took the metal frame, which is 58 feet long, 10 feet wide, and had 6-foot high rails.
Well, I know you said that there were drag marks, so they had to drag it off the property. Yeah. I don't know how they got it.
They finally figured out how they did it. Investigators acted on tips. They got a search warrant to search the Medina County property where they found the bridge. Mr. Bramley, 63 of Burdett Road, was charged with the act. The detectives said they found that Bramley, who worked in the Akron area, paid a trucking company for crane service to pick up the bridge and take it to his property.
Did he say what plans he had for it?
He does not say, but the bridge he is scheduled to be arraigned today in municipal court, and the bridge is expected to be shipped back to the Akron area over the span of the next coming days.
Well, I kind of wonder what they're. You said it was for a battered women's home project. I kind of wonder if it was going to be like a decorative.
I think it was they were wanting to be at decorative, maybe near the pond area at their shelter or wherever they were doing. But maybe he had a pond that he was going to put it across on his property. It doesn't say. It does.
Or that, or he was going to scrap it. I don't know.
But it does say it's been found, and he did hire a trucking company to come pick it up and haul it to his property.
Well, I will sleep better at night knowing how he got it out of there now, because it'd been bugging me for the last week.
Well, now we know the rest of the story.
I have not slept well. Just wondered, how did he get that bridge out of there? There's rednecks everywhere.
Now, this is kind of a bizarre thing, a bizarre mix-up in the state Maine, saw a man's ashes lost in the shelves at Lowe's. the home center.
The home improvement store.
Yeah. After his family inadvertently put them in a ceiling light box that was returned for a refund. Grandpa's remains have been reunited with the family, but that happened only after someone bought the ceiling light and came across the ashes tucked inside, according to the Bangor Police Department. The saga was first shared on December 12th on Facebook when the Bangor Police Department said, "Who the heck has Grandpa G's cremations?" Or cremains, excuse me. A local man purchased a ceiling light at Lowe's Home Improvement Store in Bangor, Maine. Inside the sealed box was a collection of family memorabilia that had been placed inside the light box from Lowe's Home Improvement. He found old family photos and a small tan manila envelope containing Grandpa G's ashes.
Well, that's pretty undignified. Put them in a manila
In a
envelope.
manila envelope. The department
gonna
learned
mail
of the
You're
discovery.
gonna mail them to grandma?
Yeah. How much
FedEx
does
it?
that postage cost?
Yeah. Well, if you put them in the manila envelope, probably not much. Put them in the urn and box them up. That's going to cost you
Yeah.
probably a pretty penny.
The department learned of the discovery from the staff at Lowe's. No other names were among the mementos, leading the department to ask the community for help in finding the family. The post has gotten about 5,000 reactions and comments. If you knew them, notify them or notify us through a private message, said Facebook. If you are them, you can call us at the station to collect your box of memories.
Well, okay, if you're returning a light fixture to Lowe's, what genius decided not to check the box to make sure everything was in it
I guess those
before they put it back out on the shelf?
I guess it was taped up. I guess.
Well, still, I mean, I'm going to take your word for it that all the parts are there, and it's
Yeah. This will have to be on a Facebook miracle. It's very well could be that folks don't care what happened to the photos. Grandpa G could have been the name of their pet. We just don't know.
Well, if it fit into a manila envelope, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. Of course, I don't know.
Anyway, don't take Grandpa G and put him in an old Lowe's box and have somebody go, "Hey, we don't want this light anymore," because it's going to wind up back on the shelf for resale.
Or once again, that's why God invented Sharpies. You mark on the box, Grandpa's remains. What's left of Grandpa G. Please, no sneezing.
No. This was a case of who's been sleeping in my bed after an unwanted intruder fell asleep, completely naked, in a house. The shocked homeowner came back from her shopping trip and found a 21-year-old male tucked up and fast asleep in her bedroom. Okay, Goldilocks.
Well,
appearing in Bainbridge Magistrates Court by video link, Mr. Heaney was charged with burglary of the property on December the 15th. Given evidence to the court, a police constable outlined how police were called to a possible burglary the day beforehand, and when officers got to the property, the female homeowner told them she had come home to find a male sleeping naked in her bedroom under a blanket.
or at least he was under a blanket.
He
How
was
did she know she was?
chased-
How did she know he was naked if he was under a blanket?
Probably saw his clothes on the floor. I don't know. I would assume.
She didn't do a little peeky peeky.
Could be. Doesn't say.
Just make
So
sure.
he was chased from the property, and he had been there for a while and helped himself to food and drink from the kitchen, said the officer.
Well, was there drug and alcohol involved?
Yes. He gained entry through an unlocked door. He did not have permission to go in. During questioning, and it transpired that rather than pretending to be a classic fairy tale Goldilocks or anything else sinister, his explanation was more simple. He had a few drinks in him and thought the house belonged to his sister who lives right down the street.
Well, there you
I
go.
was drunk. I thought I was in my sister's house. So I went to sleep. Then that woman came in, woke me up. I sprinted up and realized I was in the wrong house, and I ran.
I hope he gathered up his clothes before he ran.
It does. I think he left the blanket behind too.
And now we got another count of indecent exposure.
The police case is that he ate some food, Alpha Bites, a chicken burger, and brown sauce.
So he had the munchies too.
Yep. So he was freed with the stipulation that he does not go back to that lady's house ever again. His sister did live right down the road.
Well, oh, you know, some of these ladies I know would be looking at that as all right, I'm going to call the police in about 30 minutes to an hour.
Well, here's a PSA story. And I know you're in the market, so pay attention. If you're the kind of person to have open cans of soda, cups of coffee, or ice water in your cup holders, you're probably not going to want to, or you're going to want to avoid a BMW X7.
Okay. I can't afford a BMW, but why? What?
There's a class action lawsuit that is alleging that if the X7's cup holders get wet, the airbags go off.
Really? If the cup holders get wet?
Yep. That's a pretty significant design flaw for that part of your car that should be designed to occasionally get a little damp.
You would think so, yeah. What kind of wires is what kind of wire goes from your cup holder to your
the one that blows the airbag up? Basically, a complaint alleges that the cup holders are defective and are not properly designed to hold cups filled with liquid, the very thing that cup holders are intended to do.
You have one job, cup holder.
Yep.
And it's in your name.
Yep. So even that well-sealed bottle of ice cold water can cause problems if it has a damp exterior. The reason behind all this? Some big brain genius decided to place the control module for the airbags underneath the cup holder on the BMW X7. So if you have something spilled down in there, you're going to have a problem. The airbags will become defective and will deploy unexpectedly.
Well, that's not good if you're doing 70 miles an hour down the interstate.
And trying to get a drink of water.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at this extra space. That's where we're going to put the brains to this safety device right here in the console.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. These guys get paid big bucks to design these cars.
They get paid huge dollars for this stuff.
Yeah. Let's put some moisture sensitive apparatus underneath this cup holder.
Yeah.
Let's just see and let's watch.
Yep. Let's short circuit the car. All righty. That's all I have for the odd news of the week. That it is, we're kind of a day early because of the Christmas holiday, which is Christmas Eve tomorrow. So
this is kind of our Christmas Eve show.
This is our Christmas Eve early. I'm sporting I had to take my hat off to cast a bad shadow, and it's making my head itch. And I know Dee's gonna make me wear it all day tomorrow. So
I couldn't find my Santa Claus hat, and I used to have a hat like yours.
Yeah.
I lost it years ago. Probably got lost in actually my ex-wife probably has it in one of her Christmas boxes with all the Christmas decorations. Probably
that's where this one's stored, and it took Dee forever to figure out where it was at because sometimes we use them and sometimes we don't. So
yeah. So I'm gonna have to order another one for next year. I do have my Santa Claus Hawaiian shirt on though.
Yep, you sure do.
Wore that right after Thanksgiving just to get out my Christmas stuff, but now it's official.
Yep. Well, I've got these do light up and they flash and strobe, but you can't see them on camera. So I'm not going to waste the batteries. We got these last year at a wedding. We went to a December 19th wedding, and these were kind of like some dancing parting gifts or whatever. So we danced the night away with these on. Dee and I are such, dancers.
Now that's 19th. That's when my nephew and my new niece got married last year. It was on the
That was a year
19th.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in the big state of Texas. All right. We're going to go ahead and move into our next segment. And now the stories you're about to hear are true. The names have not been changed, and all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. It's time for
Idiots
in jail.
jail. Dun, dun, dun.
This was kind of unusual. It struck me as kind of weird. Uh-oh. On the morning of December 15th, Key West police officers. Now, you got to follow Key West.
Okay, yeah, no, because I'm understanding that's going to be a very integral part of this story.
Yes, it's down South Florida, at the very tip of Florida. You have to go along. You have to cross a long bridge to get to Key West.
Southernmost point of Florida, the Conch Nation.
Police officers and detectives responded to the First State Bank and Simonton Street for a reported bank robbery.
Not a lot of places to run in Key West.
A description of the robber was provided to law enforcement, and in fewer than 15 minutes, Key West police found a suspect, Mr. Woods, 31, entering a home in the Bahama Village after setting up a perimeter on the residence. Now you got to realize Key West is smaller than Cuba
Oh, yeah.
as far as width and length. They ordered Mr. Woods to come out. A few minutes later, Woods came out and was arrested without incident. Evidence from the robbery was recovered in the area during the arrest of Mr. Woods. Dude, Key West, one way in, one way out.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have a lot of avenues.
That's why I say there's not a whole lot of places to run in Key
And
West.
there's not a lot of people who live in Key West.
No,
So,
I thought it was going to be one of those stories.
location.
Yeah, one of those stories where the man was dressed as a lot of Key West residents would dress, which is very flamboyant, and we'll
They're
just
not
leave
going
it
to
at that.
rob banks.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess I tell you the truth. If you want to get lost in the crowd at Key West, you need to dress flamboyantly. I think.
Yes. And just go sit down and order a cup of cappuccino.
Yeah, but you have to do it in a special way.
Yeah.
I'd like a cappuccino, please.
Oh,
Little cinnamon.
There you go. Now you're doing it right. Get the
Little cinnamon on top,
There you
just a smidge, not too much.
Yep. From Manhattan, Kansas, a woman was in the Riley County Jail on Monday after authorities said she struck another woman in the head with a toaster during an altercation that occurred over the weekend.
Wow, she got Scrooged.
Yep. Riley County Police filed a report for aggravated battery and domestic battery in the case, which was reported around 1:17 last Saturday afternoon in Manhattan, located in Kansas. According to the Riley County Police, a 21-year-old woman and an 18-year-old woman were in the altercation. Riley County Police officials said the 21-year-old female suspect hit the 18-year-old victim in the head with a toaster.
That's
Now,
gotta hurt.
were they talking about the setting of the toast? Like you want 4 or 5, the darkness?
Yeah. I wanted the first slicer.
Or was it the last toaster on the shelf? The victim, however, did not require an ambulance or transportation to the hospital. Miss Randolph, 21, of Manhattan, was arrested in connection with aggravated battery, according to the Riley County police officials. Randolph was being held Monday morning in the jail on a $5,000 bond. No reports if a loaf of bread was involved.
Yeah. The judge looked at her and said, that was a crummy thing to do to another person. I'd kill me.
All right. Now, you got to wrap your head around this one, okay?
Okay.
On December the 20th, a Florida man denied ownership of baggies containing cocaine and meth that the cops found wrapped around his penis.
It's not mine, man. I never seen it.
I don't know where you got that from, Dave.
I
Y'all put that down there?
Yeah, I've heard of planting evidence, but that's going a little too far.
Yep. Investigators say Patrick Florence, 34, was a passenger in a vehicle stopped around 4 a.m. for traveling without headlights or taillights on a Clearwater roadway. The driver, Darius Owens, was subsequently arrested on a DUI and marijuana possession charge. A search of the vehicle turned up a handgun under Florence's seat, leading to his arrest on a pair of felony weapons charges. Mr. Florence denied ownership of the .38 Special. Cops report who noted that the ex-con's rap sheet includes dozens of felony convictions, which bar him from possessing firearms and or ammunition.
Yeah.
During a search, Mr. Florence, a deputy discovered 2 plastic baggies wrapped around his penis. One baggie contained cocaine powder and cocaine base, while the other held a crystal substance police later identified as meth. Questioned about the narcotics, Mr. Florence stated the package wrapped around his penis was not his, reported by Deputy Blake. It appears Mr. Florence, who has multiple cocaine convictions, did not identify the purported owner of the drugs wrapped around his unit, or whether that individual consented to their drugs being stored in such a fashion.
Look, I claim this package, but not that package.
He was charged with 4 felonies, possession of coke, meth, ammunition, and a firearm, and booked into the Pinellas County Jail in lieu of a $24,000 bond.
Well, I have to say that
It's still not mine.
in one way, you got to be kind of impressed with this dude, because if it were me, it would be probably a minor offense, because it'd be just a trace amount of substance. With him, if you got 2 baggies wrapped around.
Well, if they're not yours, whose are they? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know.
How'd they get there? I don't know.
I was at a party, dude.
Yeah. I passed out.
Did y'all put that down there? Wow, y'all did a nice job.
I don't know. I was doing some coke and some meth, and I don't remember much.
But they're not mine.
But they're not mine.
If he had to go pee, I mean, what would happen? I guess you don't.
He'd ruin a bunch of cocaine.
I guess you could, yeah. Sorry, it's damp, dude. Get over it. Something just went off around here. Oh. Anyway, all right. Well, that's all I got from my side of the table, but y'all don't go away for a minute. Just let me kind of get through this a little bit. Tips are appreciated. You can Venmo us at Beach Bums Media, or the Cash App be the $ Beach Bums Media. For those of you that have done so in the past, we definitely appreciate it. And future endeavors will keep rolling on as long as some of those tips keep coming in. We do have some sponsorships coming up for the beginning next year. If you're interested, give us a call, 850-588-9275, or email us here at beachbumsmedia@gmail.com. We would love the opportunity to talk to you about any future endeavors.
And I have to say that, you know, now that the holidays are coming to a close, I'm going to need something to put behind me. So it could be your sign or banner.
Yep. I like it. And I like your little display up there.
Yeah. Thank you.
We do have a programming note. This will be the last show of the year. We're going to take next week off. So we can both of us can kind of take a mini vacation, I guess, take a break. I have some scheduling conflicts coming up, and it just would be really jamming me up. Not that this is jamming me up, don't get me wrong, but it's time to just take a break and then start off next year fresh, renewed, as all new years should come around fresh and renewed. Don't forget to Google us, Beach Bums Media, or In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. you're on the YouTube channel, be sure and give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And don't forget to share anything that you would like to share on any post that we do. And you can also share all of our major podcast platforms as well. So
And we're everywhere.
yeah, we are. So now, having said that, this is I like this time of year. I like Thanksgiving, but I like this more. It doesn't really show that much, I'm sure, but I do want to leave you.
Ashley's
all,
a very stoic person.
Yes, I want to leave you all with this. And there they were in the same country, the shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around about them, and they were so afraid. The angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger." And suddenly there was an angel and a multitude of heavenly hosts praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards all men." I'll leave you with that.
And yeah, I'm glad. I'm very, very so glad you did that. That's something that every Christmas morning since I can remember, before any present is opened, we all gather around the Christmas tree, the whole family, and I always was dad. Now that we do it at Christmas morning at my brother's house, and now my brother does it, the very first thing we do is read the Christmas story from Luke, and
that
pray as
was
a family.
That was Luke 2:8-14.
Yeah.
Just for the proper chapter and verse.
And so no, I'm glad you did that. So thank you. It's always been special to me. I could have recited it along with you, you know? But yeah, that's another thing is I love the presents. I love the decorations and the lights and the eggnog and the hot chocolate and the family time. I love Christmas time. It is my favorite time of year, but it's also very important that we keep in mind the true meaning of Christmas and why we celebrate, and wouldn't hurt you to, before your kids jump into the presents.
Not at all. Not at
Book
all.
of Luke, 2nd chapter, read from that, say a prayer as a family, and then tear into it.
Well, we want to thank everybody for taking a moment, stopping by, and letting us entertain you for a minute. We will see you starting next year in 2023.
A week from next Friday. So it'll be what, the
9th, 10th. I don't have a calendar.
No, it's not the 9th, it'd be like the 7th. Or
7th.
6th.
Yeah, it'd be no, it'd be the 7th. Yeah, it'd be January the 7th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
we look
yeah.
forward to seeing everybody back then. We hope you have a very safe, if you're traveling, please be careful on the roads. They did say today that more people are taking to the roads than they are the air because of this new Omicron, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But travel safe. I hope you make your destination, and be sure and travel safe to get back to your own destination. So
yeah. So yeah, please have a very safe, very Merry Christmas. And since we're not going to see you next week, and Ashley said, I've got a lot of family things going on. Every New Year's Eve was my mom and dad's anniversary, but we still go out for their anniversary on New Year's Eve, even though mom's passed away. So New Year's Eve, we got plans, go out to dinner with the whole family. And but the week between Christmas and New Year's, for some reason, gets to be more hectic than the week leading up to Christmas with my family.
Oh, yeah.
So, because everybody's off school, everybody's off work, and
everybody's moving around.
Everybody's moving around, and we all get together, and we are a raucous bunch. If you know me well and you know my sense of humor, multiply that by about 12 people, and we're fun to watch, if nothing else.
I know it.
But also next week, especially, please have a safe and merry Christmas. And as Ashley said, be careful on the roads and in the air. Today's, according to AAA, is the most traveled day of the year today. And next week, of course, New Year's Eve. You know that we always call it amateur night, New Year's Eve. Yep. Going to be a lot of people on the road. There are going to be a lot of people reveling in the new year. And, after the last 2 years, hopefully we have a lot to revel about, but just do it responsibly. Take an Uber, take a Lyft, take a cab.
Well, check your local areas, because I know here in the Bay County area, White's Wrecker Service will pick you and your car up and get you both home safe and sound, free of charge.
And I know a lot of establishments around the beach. I don't really know much around Fort Wayne because I haven't really been around here much. But I know a lot of places around the beach that they will get you a cab.
Yep.
And they will make sure you get home. And they may make you pay for it, but they won't make you pay for it until you sober up.
That's right.
And come back and get your car. But a lot of places will just, a lot of cab companies will just go out. And I know a couple of Uber drivers that
just to make sure everybody gets.
And plus law enforcement is going to be out in mass next week. So that's another thing. Stay safe and stay out of jail.
Yep, that's it. Hey, until next year, y'all. Y'all be safe, be good, be kind to each other.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. As always, thank you for just letting us be us. And I do this because he's on my screen. He is to my left. But thanks for letting us be us. And we'll see you in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. See ya.
Bye-bye.